Also start there with the music, apparently. Okay, and we start out with the Golden Ruby. That's actually quite handy. Interesting color, and we have a Tattle Navi. Also nice. Nice and relaxing. So, let's see, what might we build through? First thing is going to go and rob Mito's house. First thing anyone does, got 4 nice chests. Let's see if we're lucky. Money, that's good. A key for the Gerudo training grounds. Also nice. But very late game. The Gorn's bracelet is big deal. And this useless Sculptura. But the Gorn bracelet is awesome. That basically means we can do much of the Dongo's Cavern. Assuming we get a sword, but we can always get some Deku Sticks, so that's not a problem. Let's get a shield, because we're gonna need one. The shops are nice and relaxing. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy some Deku Sticks. Can we afford any? Yes, we can afford 1. Actually, we can afford more because there's some money back here. So buy a second stick. Yay! Let's see if the sword has anything good for us. Since for this, we do have the forest open, so we can leave anytime we want. If we want to go out into the big bad world. See, yeah, we have some sticks. And we have a Deku Shield. I'm trying to basically update the tracker as we go along. It's you know, for me and for you, because I'm by no means a speedrunner. Oh, money. Always get the money right now, because until we get a sword, Deku Sticks is gonna be our only way to attack. And we can't actually go to grown-up time. That's bad. We can't actually go to Adult Link until we find the Song of Time, because the Temple of Time is not open to us. That's not setting. The only settings that sort of different from the default game is beyond, of course, shuffling, including key and token sanity, including the maps and compasses. We have the forest open from the start, and beyond that, the settings for Randomizer, for those people who know a bit more, is that bomb chews are in the logic, meaning that anytime the game would need us to have bombs to go somewhere, it's also okay if we have bomb chews. But yeah, apart from that, it's as kind as it can be, which is admittedly not all that kind. So how much? Ooh, we only have 12 money. That's not much either. Well, let's see if Saria gives us anything for leaving, which she usually does. Um, After that, we can't do much in the deco tree, but we can get a couple of chests. Yes, hello. Here we go, and there's Saria, and I get a heart container. Not huge, but it's something. Not helpful in the early game, though. Unfortunately. What else can we get? There's a deco scrub that sells usually an upgrade to, I think, deco nuts. But oh yeah, that's not another bonus of having the Gorm bracelet. We can pick up and throw this. Don't think they'll have much money for us though. Nope. The deco scrub that sells this bullshit is going to gonna need 40 rupees, so oh, that's not a priority. Yeah. So that. But yeah, we're basically in trouble until we get the Sword of the Song of Time. And for the Song of Time, we also need the Ocarina, of course. Because that's also shuffled. Ooh, very dramatic. What do you want? Oh, okay, yeah, it's just the standard stuff. Thanks, Navi. Not a useless sculpture. Oh yeah, now we actually need a shield. Ooh, Black Navi. I don't think I've ever seen a Black Navi before. That's kind of cool. Anyway. So unless we get a slingshot here, we're gonna have to save in order to get out. But on the other hand, there really isn't much left we can use in this place, so... Mostly it was kind of meant that... Oh, no, sorry, the chest is up there. I got it mixed up with the other room. But yeah, we cannot leave. And then there's one chest here. Nope. Way. So that's our... another thing that's added for this is that you can, when you're not in a dungeon, you can put in something to see your amount of chests. But anyway, let's save here. Reset. We're gonna have to do that sometimes in the early game, I'm afraid, so... we can do a bit more. We can do a bit more in the deco tree. Main thing we won't be able to do in the deco tree is Goma, unless we get a slingshot. We also can't really get any gold sculptures right now because they will generally need the boomerang to pick up. Well, not all of them, but some. There's like one or two we can get. These are just going to be a bit of a hassle right now because we can't actually kill them. And I wasn't quick enough to stop because as most people who play this bit know, if you stand still they can't see you. Spiders are T-Rexes, confirmed. You can get past them that way at least. But that was me being careless, because I am not a speedrunner or even that much of a Zelda expert. I mean, I've played this to death, especially back when it came out. So there's always that. If there anyone watching this, hello. Please say hi in the chat, so I can see you. And I hope you enjoy yourself. So let's have a look. See if we find anything exciting here. Money. That's actually good. It means we can get the Deku Scrub stuff. And this room will actually be able to leave, which is also nice. Sculpture. And this one gives us a blue pea. Ow. And I might get killed soon. That's also kind of embarrassing, but there you go. This is not going to be a perfect run by any means. So that's fine. We're also down to a single Deku stick, so no mistakes allowed right now. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a problem. That's our only stick, so we're now out of sticks. But we're gonna heart. No annoying beep. So let's see what, if anything, we can get down here. Well, right now we can't get anything in here because we're actually out of Deku sticks. So we can't even get that. Let's see, I think this is just Deku seeds, but let's have a look. Okay, let's reset because it's going to be quicker. And back into the game. So early game is always a bit slow until you start finding your tools. We did get lucky getting the Gorm bracelet early, so I'm gonna have to work with that a lot. But hopefully we'll have some kind of weaponry before too long. I'm gonna go and pick up a couple of more sticks. That's a shop right here. But apart from that, we're gonna need the 40 to get the item over here. This is basically only my second randomizer, so don't expect this to be a speedrun. But it should hopefully be fun in a way. Let's see, it's under the bridge. I believe that's actually going to the left for once. Yeah, it's over here. Apart from that, we won't be able to do much over here, so... Unless this guy gives us something cool, like the Ocarina of Time. Well, the Fairy Ocarina. Items in this are progressive. That basically means that, for example, for Ocarinas, there are 2 Ocarina locations. The first one you'll find will be the Fairy Ocarina. Yeah. And the second you find... Oh, yes, Sculpture, damn it. The first one will be the Fairy Ocarina, the second will be the Ocarina of Time. Same thing, there are 3 bow locations. The first one will be the bow. The second will be the first quiver upgrade. The first one will be the third one will be the biggest quiver. So it's you won't, for example, get the Fairy Ocarina. Sorry, the Ocarina of Time before the Fairy Ocarina. You won't get the quiver upgrades before the bow, but you might get the arrows before the bow because those are separate. So at this point, I think it's about time for us to leave the forest. I mean, we could grab the last couple of... Actually, no. Let's try to be complete here. Because once we leave the forest, we won't be back until we know we can do more. So... let's go and do this stuff. See, we won't be able to do the... What do you want? Yes, be brave. Okay, thank you. What was I? Yeah, we won't be able to go to Gorn City anyway right now, because to get to the Gorn City, either you need bombs, or you need Cell's letter. And to get Cell's letter, we're gonna need the weird egg, and the weird egg might be anywhere in the world. Oh, hello, John. How are you? Are you doing well, sir? Ah, wrong button. Good to hear it. And we just got a token. Tokens are... Well, we'll get reward for the 10 and so on. So that's the main thing there. Up to 50. The 100 reward is always going to be the repeatable one. Oh, I had missed a chest down here. The Ocarina. That's really, really good, actually. And that's the last thing you can get here, actually. So I believe it's now time to leave the forest. Or at least to leave the Deku Tree. I actually think that since we do have the Ocarina, that means we can go and have a... we can go and do the annoying Ocarina game in the woods. So, have you played Ocarina of Time much, John? Any pressing questions of what the fuck is going on? Yeah, no, that's fine. It's first 3D Legend of Zelda. It's fairly basic in that way. Go do dungeons, pick up stuff, do side quests. Our main problem here is that it's random. So, for example, we don't have a sword right now, which makes us slightly more squishy than we should be. Because the sword is out there somewhere in the world, but we have no idea where. So until then, all we have are these Deku sticks, which break as soon as we hit something. So we basically right now have 2 attacks, and until then after that we'll have to buy another attack for 10 rupees. That's why I'm not gonna fight a whole lot of things, if I can avoid it, which I can. So right now we're going around and finding pickup locations that we can get to without fighting or needing to do any of that nonsense or having items. As you can see on the left of the screen, we have a little tracker there showing us what items we have. And I'll be updating that as I find stuff. I'll try to at least. This is a memory game, which they blissfully for Randomizer made shorter. Normally you need to do this, I think, 3 times, with slightly longer, as in 3 complete ones. This time we're starting on the end ones. We just did follow along with this one until we hit the full length, which is 8 notes. But yeah, this is pure memory game. At the end of this, we'll get a reward, and the reward is random, so hopefully it's something good. And now we'll see if we can remember stuff. Yeah, I'll do that. Is that better? Let me know how that is. Oh yeah, the Ocarina is quite loud. And we're done with it now. We got a mostly useless Skulltail token anyway. But that could have been something amazing, so we had to do it. So that puts us at 6 Skulltails. For the Skulltails, you'll get a reward for every 10. So it's still worth doing it, just because you might need to. The background music for each area is also random. This is not supposed to be the music for the forest, for example. But it also means that some of the areas might have loud and cutting music, unfortunately. Because there might be music from, say, the minigame. Or a boss fight. So, out into the world. And let's see if we can find anything of use out here. Yeah, example. This is not supposed to be the music for Hyrule Field either, so I'm gonna lower that a bit. A very dramatic walk on the fields, apparently. Yes, very, very dramatic. I'm gonna head up to the Castle Town right now because there are a couple of pickups up there. And hopefully we can get to the more action-oriented stuff once I have a weapon. Or get the Song of Time so I can go to Grown-Up Link, who comes with a weapon by default. Find some more money up here. And there we go. Ah, this is more relaxing. Fairy fountain music. More drama. We get rupees. Nothing useful, sadly. Ow. And there goes one of our two last things. And we get the compass for the Deku Tree. And that'll just basically show us all the chests on the map. Which is useful if you're not sure where they are. I'm fairly used to them, fortunately, so... So, slingshot game. All the minigames and nonsense. Good to get them out of the way. And not mess up. Ah, I missed. Basically, to get the reward here, you need a full, but at least I got to do the free retry. A good thing about this one is that it's always exactly the same order, so you can line up your shots at least. Okay, and what do we get? We get a piece of heart. So we're almost to more health. But almost is, well, it's just almost, obviously. See, what else can we do at this point? We can go into the room of pots here and grab some stuff. There's some random money in here. The main thing we want in here is... not you. You are annoying. Want to get a sculpture in here. And we don't want to use a lost stick, obviously. So let's see if we can hit this thing with a pot. That's a bit far. There we go. And we only got a token. So I believe that puts it up to 8. I've been better putting these down. Yep, 8. Let's add those to the tracker. There we go. And this is, well, obviously we can get some rupees here, but we can also get some rupees up above. Let's see, is there anything else we can get in town? Don't think there is at this point. Oh, actually there is. We can do one thing at night. So this game does have a day-night cycle. We will be able to manipulate it later on once we get the sun song. Right now we have an ocarina but no music, so we'll just have to do the old-fashioned thing of waiting. Fortunately, since this is an emulator, we can always cheat waiting by hitting the fast forward. There we go. Now it's nighttime. And now we need to find the correct dog to bring back to the owner. I think it's this one. Important hero side quests, as these things go. Ah, wrong house. So, did you end up finishing Eternal Darkness last night? That was not the correct dog. Okay. I know it's a white dog at least, so there's that. I think it might be this puppy. Ah, that's the bomb shoe shop. We can't actually buy bomb shoes until we have found the first one. And that lost our dog. Okay. Note to self, don't go into the bomb shoe shop because they steal your dog. Of course, unless you have the wrong dog following you. There we go. That was the correct dog. Excellent. And well, we get you some money. But at least it's something. And unfortunately, the 40. Yeah, definitely some more sessions needed. Then it's a pretty long game. Are you guys going for like the true ending or just a playthrough? I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, you're not doing 100% proper ending, everything like that. Just casual. So let's see, what else can we do right now? We can. I think next stop would be heading up to Kakariko Village. Because they should have at least a couple of things we can do. Our options now are quite limited, but the good thing of having quite limited is that it means that we'll fairly shortly get something useful. Ah, this is where we're going. Something that'll open things up a bit for us. Which should hopefully be the either Stone of Time, which would be really nice, or something like sword or explosives or slingshot. Ah, minigame music. Slightly annoying, but not the worst. Oh yeah, we'll need to collect chickens, so we might as well get that over with. Because in this town there is a woman named Anju. She lives here. She keeps chickens, but she can't touch them because she's allergic. So we'll need to collect the chickens for her, and she'll give us a surprise. Here she is. Hello, Anju. Yeah, that's here. We'll need to get that one. Yeah, it's a very heroic game, as you notice. All the big important hero business going on, like collecting escaped chickens. And Holy Chicken means you can paraglide. It's actually a good tutorial for that, to be fair, so... It's not really there without reason, but... Unless you do tricky stuff or collecting things, you won't need to paraglide with chickens at least. Unfortunately for us, we do need to do everything because, yeah. We'll have to go down into that hole as well later, but for right now we actually want to collect all the chickens because I don't believe those save the progress if you leave the room. Is it 2 left? Ah, 3 left. So there's these 2 and there's 1 more hiding somewhere. I believe the lost chicken is up towards the back gate, and then we're actually done with that, so it'll be blissfully quick. There we go, lost chicken. And you get absolutely nothing of value. Isn't that fairly normal? So, since we're done there, let's go and visit the graveyard. Actually, no, let's not. Well, yeah, we'll just need to. The only thing you can do graveyard is at night, unfortunately, so we'll just have to wait. Time does pass in the graveyard, I believe. No, actually, it doesn't. Yeah, that's my mistake. Time doesn't pass here, so waiting here is pointless. What else can we do here? Let's see here. You're done. I can go to the windmill actually because I have the. No, I can't. Sorry, that's grown up Link. Grown up Link can go to the windmill to get something because you want to cause a weird time loop. Child Link, not so much. Let's see. Okay, this is technically not something we should have to do in the logic because it's a trick, but let's do it anyway because it's easy. As you might have seen in the corner of the screen, there is a guy there on the roof. Normally you need an item called Hookshot to get to him, but what you can do is ignore Navi, shift the camera slightly to the side, and once we're hopeful, we'll jump for it. There we go. This guy would normally give us a piece of heart. Instead it gives us the magic meter. Nice. We have magic. That's used to power certain items. Right now we don't have any of the items, but it's still very useful. Because that enables us to use things as we find them. So, another big find actually. And now we wait until nighttime. There we go. The reason I wait for nighttime is that the gold sculptures, which gives us normal tokens, in this case random items, will usually only come out at night. So for example, I hit this tree earlier, nothing happened. This time I hit the tree and a gold sculpture came out. And let's see if we can actually beat this thing with a bush. And if that doesn't damage to it, or if I'm gonna have to use the lost stick we have. Okay, that does no damage. Are there any pots around? I don't think there are. So that's our last weapon. And we only got a token. So now we're completely and utterly unarmed. Which is lots of fun. And we can always go buy some more sticks anyway. Before that though, we're gonna go and do a little bit of, just a touch of grave robbing. That sound there in the background means that there's a spider around. Unfortunately, we can't kill it right now, so we just have to leave it alone. This is traditionally a sort of random minigame. You can ask this guy, Dampe, the Gravekeeper, to dig up the ground, not the graves, but the ground, and you'll find something random, one of which can be a prize. For the randomizer, they've made it so that the prize is always the first thing, mostly to be nice, and we found a token. That means we now have 10 tokens, which means we can get a prize. So that's actually very good. But for now, we're doing a touch of grave robbing. This shield normally will have a shield in it, for the chest. Instead, we get a small key for a later game dungeon. Adding that to the tracker. One key for the bottom of the well. And here's where we use the gold sculptures, because living here is a horrible creature, which is these people were cursed by their greed, by the gold sculpture spirits, and turned into horrible spiders. This guy is now free of the curse because we collected 10 of the tokens, and it gave us another token. There are 5 of those around here. There are ugly spider people. 3, 4, and the 5th. Those are from 10 to 50, and then the big spider in the middle is for when you get all 100. Getting all 100 will give you basically infinite money, in that every time you go in and talk to him, he gives you 200 rupees. But at that point, you're pretty much at the end of the game anyway, so it's more convenience than anything else. But the stuff you get sort of going up to it can be handy. In the original game, that gives you more stuff, more casual stuff like a bigger wallet, so you can carry more money. Because right now we're maxed out at 99 rupees, which is not the most handy considering some items cost 200 or 300. But in the game, that will give you the adult wallet or the giant's wallet, which allows you to carry 200 or 500 respectively. For us now, these are just progressive items out in the random world. So that will just have to wait. Meantime, we're heading back to the woods to buy a couple of sticks. The first dungeon is here in the forest. Unfortunately, we can't finish that until we find the slingshot. So that's another thing that just has to wait until later. Actually, it's night now. I think there's at least one sculpture we can get in here. Yeah, there it is. We got the Hylian shield. That's actually kind of useful in that the Deku shield, while it's actually sized for some better, it's made of wood, and in some areas there are fire enemies which will burn that. So we're gonna have the Hylian shield here as default, just in case we get hit by fire, and then we'll switch to Deku shield when we need it. But for now, that's all we can do in the woods. Unless we cheat horribly, which we shouldn't do. Mainly because I'm not good enough to cheat horribly. So, how confusing is this speedrun randomizer thing when you're not familiar with the original game? That's gonna be interesting to find out. Like, if you have any questions at all, it lets me talk about stuff, so feel free. This is actually a daytime sculpture. Some of the tree ones are. Hot container. Maximum health just went up. Let's wait for the night again. So there are, I think, 3 or 4 ones we can still get here. Not that one. Oh yeah, there's of course sound cues when we find the correct ones. There's a sculpture up here on the side. There it is. Unfortunately, we don't have a missile weapon, so we can't really do anything about that. Here's one. And there are handy missile weapons right next to it. Okay, last try, otherwise I'm gonna have to use a stick. Nice hit. I found a key for the Shadow Temple. Put that on the tracker. Construction site has one. Here you have to be careful because it can actually hurt you. These are enemies, even though they're completely weak and pointless ones. Song of Time! Yes, that means we can actually go to grown-up time now. So that's actually a really, really big thing. Let's actually do that as soon as we can make sure we've checked everything else off here. Deco stick upgrade, which is good because it also refills our deco sticks. Okay, one more item here in town, which we'll need a chicken for. I think chickens might all be asleep, unfortunately. So let's skip that and actually let's go and do the Song of Time thing. And we'll actually have a sword, which is which is quite handy. Means we can do a lot more suddenly. Add some time to the track right there. We'll have to avoid these guys. And now just wait for daylight. Fortunately, skeletons are kind of stupid. There we go. We'll head up to chain as normal for some free money. And we can now also have a look to see where the different medallions are. Because that's also something that's shown in here. The medallions are not purely... medallions are what you get for finishing each dungeon. There are the spiritual stones for the child link ones and the different sages medallions for the grown-up. Those are only shuffled in their own pool rather than shuffled purely randomly. So we can see here, under Vast Lake means that is the water temple. One in Link's pocket, which is the one we started with. And the reason you started one here is that normally you get a cutscene once you go through the Temple of Time. But ooh, that's the Dongo's Cavern, which I believe is that one. Normally you get a cutscene, but in this, because it's done for speedrunners, they've removed a lot of the cutscenes, and that means they instead just let you start with this one. I think that's just the only way they can make this work. So now we get the Master Sword, and normally this would cause a cutscene where Ganon comes in and goes, haha, you unlocked things. Oh, hello, Achilda. How are you? Just in time for us to get the Master Sword. So, grown-up Link. Yes, as you can see, we have a little action on the side, so you can see what I have and don't have. We fortunately killed a Skulltula, which gave us a the Song of Time. So we can now actually go and do things. 5 temples. So the Jabja's Bell has this forest medallion. The fire medallion is actually in the fire temple. The water one is in the forest temple. Ancient tree, so not the shadow medallion is in here. That's actually where it's supposed to be. No, it's not. House of the Dead. It is. That's kind of the fun part of this, is that everything is random. So we'll find the shadow medallion in the Deku tree. Unfortunately, we also don't have the Kokiri sword yet. The Kokiri sword is out there somewhere, and until then, Child Link will have to use nothing but Deku sticks. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot of things we can get right now, but we can clean up some things at least, so better than nothing. Well, yes, because the Master Sword can't be used by Child Link. So if Child Link needs to actually stab anything, he has to have the Kokiri sword. So that's going to be a problem for him. Oh, and as you notice, the music is also randomized. So the Hyrule field is going to be very dramatic for us. The useful thing here is that Adult Link can actually do the Dongo's Cavern quite easily. So we can actually go up to Kakariko and do that stuff. Yes. Ooh, Shadow Temple music. Sorry, Spirit Temple even. Speaking of dramatic. Well, I'm a bit rusty as well, obviously, so I missed that a couple of times. What did arrive, by the way? Did you get something cool? RTX. That's pricey. Ah, webcam. Webcam is good. I'm using the 920. As you can see, like the quality is decent at least. My lighting is pretty poor in here as well. But at least it works. I should actually probably get a light set up behind the webcam. But yeah, this is just natural lighting, and the 920 is actually pretty good at compensating for light. So, fortunately we did pick up the Goron bracelet early on, so we can actually do this stuff. Oh nice, let us know how the 922 works out. Seems pretty good at least. This place is actually, as I said, a fair bit easier as Grown Up Link. Which is mostly because Grown Up Link is taller. So you can actually skip some stuff. For example, this place you can't get through as Child Link, but Adult Link can just go and do that. So you can basically skip the right hand side here. And I don't think the right hand side actually has much in the way of chests either. Did that drop anything? Nope. That's just a secret stone. Gossip stone, rather. Yeah, in there's really nothing of value right now, I think. In here, there's a gold sculpture, but we need the Scarecrow Stone for that. And we don't have the Scarecrow Stone. We could get it though, but we don't have the hook shot, so it's kind of pointless. Ah, this is gonna be our battle music then. Very dramatic. Oh yeah, this place. Good thing I got here. I believe there's maybe a sculpture in here, I want to say. Deku sticks. Sure, why not? Oh yeah, I can't have Deku sticks, I'm grown up. So yeah, at this point, this place is pointless for Adult Link. Which also means that I think we can't actually open the door back here. Because we need fire for it. Yeah, so we'll have to go back out anyway. Grown-up Link can't use a stick to light fires. And we definitely don't have dense fire yet, or the bow or fire arrows. So we'll just leave out the way we came. and head in the back door instead. Oh, that was the back door. That's me paying attention. Honestly. It's been a bit too long since I played this properly. At least now we know this place is pointless for Adult Link. Until we get the Scarecrow song and the hookshot. Hearts are good. There we go. Annoying beeping has been removed. So, you'd played the Ocarina before, at least, Childa. How long ago was it since you played it? Back when it came out, or...? Red rupee. Pretty much worthless, sadly. Now we already have a Deku Shield. And we can't really use it anyway. There most likely is a ROM without Navi, or at least a patch for it. There are patches for most things, so it wouldn't surprise me. The hookshot. Hookshot is very nice to have. That opens up the game considerably for us. So let's equip that right away. As you can see, our equipment screen is kind of empty. But the hookshot is going to help us a ton. So I've actually been pretty lucky so far. I mean, to be fair, you usually get hookshot pretty shortly after becoming grown-up Link anyway, doing the Dampy race. But we can't really rely on having the Dampy race this time around, so... Okay, so here is usually where we get the bombs. Of course, we most likely won't be that lucky. But let's see what we find at least. Another sculpture token. Okay. I think we might be reasonably close to all we can get right now in here. Since we don't have the actual bomb bag, I don't think we can actually finish this place. That's a bad throw. Even worse throw. Need to actually time this rather than just trying to make it land on a ledge. Which you can do, but that works. Why throw when you can just use your face? Face tanking for fun and profit. Yeah, we can't do that because we don't have a bow. So we can't get the bomb bag until we figure that one out. We also can't get to the forest temple yet, I think. No, actually I think we might be able to go in the back route. Normally we can't because getting past Mido requires the Zarya song, which naturally we don't have. But I believe we can get in through Goron City, so then let's actually circumvent that entirely. Wait, how many do we have? 12. Yeah, I marked that off. Good. Hey, listen. There we go. Zora tunic. Let's have a look, see what color it is at least, because colors of tunics have been randomized. It's pink. Well, salmon. Cool. Well, salmons breed underwater. This makes sense. I like this. So, Zora tunic has been gotten, and because I was checking that off, I got hit by a rock in the face. Fair trade. Yeah, rocks to the face are kind of bad. See, there's not a ton of stuff we can do in here right now, but there is some, including exploding this guy, which would normally get us the Goron tunic, Just missed him. Next time. There we go. Hello, Link, hero of the Gorons. Yes, yes, and 5 rupees. Thank you very much. Just what we needed. I hear a Spooter. Is there a spider up there? Actually, we can get that spider. Goes hookshot. Yeah, there it is. Cool. That would have been easier, but let's go this side instead. Yeah. I think that should be close enough. Yeah. And we only got a Skull Tail token added to the list. But we've now exploded Link the Goron. That's all we can do here, so let's go and visit the cookery. I've gotten kind of lucky. I mean, you're kind of guaranteed to be able to progress, and we're still in a fairly early place. But I mean, having the hook shot this early and the Gorm bracelets is really helpful. I've played one before this. In that one, I got the bomb super early, but I also got some stuff ridiculously late. So it's all a bit of a trade-off. Oh yeah, can't get past me though, so we're kind of stuck with that. So yeah, I've gotten somewhat lucky in that we've got the Gorm bracelet in the Song of Time and the hook shot. And we're definitely weren't guaranteed to get hook shot, but I think it's a bit early to say how lucky we are. And we have the Zord tunic, but we also don't have the iron boots. So right now the Zord tunic is less than useful. Let's see. But yeah, I've definitely had a run where, I mean, last run I didn't get things like Zelda's Lullaby till almost the end. And, I mean, Zelda's Lullaby opens up a lot of stuff. So, we'll see how lucky I get with those kind of key items. Right now, I think the main thing that sort of pulls me back is I don't have the bow yet. And the bow is going to be crucial for a lot of things. Right now we're going to Kakariko, because in Kakariko we can get basically what the Song of Storm should be. And we're also going to be having to do the Dompe race twice. Which is a pain in the ass, but there we go. So we've gotten some luck, definitely, but it's far from a free ride so far. Um, so yeah, for John, who hasn't played this before, this is where you usually get a bit of a time loop, in that you show this guy your ocarina, and he plays you a song that a strange kid played him, and you learn this, and then you go back as a kid and teach him this song. So it basically came from nowhere, in that he's ordered to you and then you teach it to him. And we all got a Skull Tail token. So Skull Tail tokens are up to 14. 20 will at least give us another price, so there's that. There is a setting for randomizers where the songs have their own pools, so that a song location will always give you a song. But we're not playing with that, so the songs are shuffled in with everything else, just to make things a bit worse for us. Okay, well, I don't need rupees here. Damp's race here, mostly annoying in that the fire he throws out is random, so you can't really plan for it, and I was looking at the wrong screen there, so for this you have to pay attention and be a little bit lucky and adapt to him, which I'm obviously not. It's okay though at this point, because the first race is not very time sensitive. It's the second race where you need to hit. Oh, hey Tails, how are you doing? You just in here to see me be on fire and go the wrong way. So as you can see, I'm definitely a speedrunning pro. Tails, how's your experience with Ocarina of Time? Have you played it a lot in the past? Let's see what. Okay, well, this you won't really get much of the story from this, but you'll see the gameplay at least. Where you just got the bigger sword. That's pretty neat. So, let's do the second race then. Let's just a shortcut so we don't have to walk around. For this time, I have to actually not make all those mistakes I made last time around, because we need to get there within a minute, and I just fucked up. I might still be able to do it, because there's a minor fuck up, so let's keep going for practice. Ah. Let's see if I don't think we'll hit a minute for this, unfortunately. But we might. Nah, we won't. Restart. Okay, we need to get health before we do this again, because I'm not gonna die and lose that way. There we go. Dying to the damper race would be a little bit embarrassing. So the first race there just got us bigger on a sword, which is a two-handed sword. Does more damage, but you can't use your shield. Has more range as well, so it's nice to have. It'll make a lot of the fighting quicker, which I quite enjoy. Oh, thank you for the follow, Tails. Much appreciated. And we've already taken damage, so if we hit fire now, we're actually gonna die. Navi, go away. Yeah, nope. It's gonna be too slow, I think, but let's see anyway. This might actually... This will be close. Ah, 1 second short. Anyway, because we don't want to die, I'm actually gonna go out the road here. So we'll get that heart container. No, we can't go into the Deku Tree. Go away. Basically, we can't finish the Deku Tree yet, and that is simply because we do not have the slingshot. And without the slingshot, we can't get to Goma. And without going to Goma, we can't beat the boss, obviously. Oop. There we go. So let's get rid of that annoying beeping. Find some hearts. Hopefully. Oh yes, the Hearthstone was fun to watch. Though, as you noticed, I've played a fair bit and like my fancy combos, so it came with some drawbacks as well. So I mean, it's good to be fairly chill about it. It's everyone starts somewhere with every game, and I've played way too many hours of Hearthstone over way too many years. Let's switch swords here. You have to kill things faster. And let's not take a rock to the face, because then we're gonna be dead. Okay. Just gonna see if we can find a heart somewhere. To be fair, I mean, a lot of his decks are decks with synergies as well. And, like, synergistic decks are they're a lot harder to learn to use because like cards working together. Sometimes you have to make suboptimal plays at the start in order to be able to use the cards later. And like when you're just starting out, oh, fairy, excellent. You don't really have that noise there. Yeah, well, that could actually be fun. I'd definitely be up for that. Okay, let's see if we can beat the 1 minute this time. Now that I'm not as scared of dying. Still have to not hit the fires every time. Cheap bastard. The fire and the camera is a nice combination. But yeah, no, we'll definitely hit 1 minute this time. I say that, and then it's gonna be down to the wire. But yeah, that's a minute. And we found the cockery sword. That is super helpful. That opens up not a ton, to be fair, but it does open up some things in for Child Link. At least it means we don't need to use Deku Sticks for everything. So Cockery Sword was nice and lucky to get it this early. Now let's see, what else can we do? We can go to Zora's River a bit as an adult, I'd say, because there's some stuff there. I don't. Ooh, can we get up here as a grown up? I think you might be able to cheese this. You're not supposed to do it this way, but I've seen people do it this way, so I think it might be doable. Yep, there you go. And just a sculpture token. And she gives us an item, which is okay. We just got the long shot. Now we're definitely being lucky. The long shot is amazing to have now. It's a casual run more than a speed run because I'm not good enough to super speed run it. But I'm trying not to take too long. It's basically only my second time doing the randomizer. So it's I'm not going for any kind of records. I'm not even timing it, but see how fast we can go at least. Dramatic field music. the rocks. Nope, we'll need boomerang for that, I think. Boomerang can grab those heart pieces, so. But yeah, no, definitely not a speedrun, especially since I've used. I've already abused the fast forward on the emulator once or twice to go from night to day, and that wouldn't be allowed under speedrun. So technically, no, not a speedrun. Ah, nope. I'll need the. Speaking of going from night to day. There we go. Much better. Sorry, I just randomly hid the chat. That's kind of stupid of me. There we go. Majora's Mask does have time limit in a way. In that Majora's Mask is basically the game is built on a time loop. The game takes place over 3 days, but you can reset this. So you're going through a 3-day time loop over and over again, basically. Is what the game is based on. And like all the NPCs have scripted behaviors over those 3 days. So you sort of learn who is where, when, and what they need help with. But yeah, I definitely say play both this and Majora's Mask. Both games are excellent in different ways. And they're the same engine, so if you played one, you can sort of know how to play the other one. In the Majora's Mask, they only had like a 1 year dev time using the Ocarina engine to make a completely new game. I'm gonna switch swords so I can actually use my shield. But yeah, it's a time limit, but it's a time limit you can reset. So it's more of a gameplay conceit. Oh yeah, I did pick up magic earlier. Magic is very handy. See, we're heading over to Gerudo Valley right now, which is on the left side of everything. No, actually, let's finish up Source River, because there are only 3 items there, I believe. And I do want to get that out of the way. And yeah, as you say, like Breath of the Wild is a very different game. It doesn't really do a lot of the things that Zelda games traditionally do. So I wouldn't call that a sort of a good representative of genre. I got Breath of the Wild when it came out. I'm Still not friends with it really. I never got into the way that the dungeons all pretty much look the same and the breakable weapons, personally. Um, but I think that's mostly ooh, the Song of Storms. That is really nice to have. That opens up a lot of the hidden grottos and stuff. No, I think Breath of the Wild, Ice Arrows. Breath of the Wild, like it's not a bad game. It just, to me, it doesn't feel like a Zelda game. If that makes sense. So it's not a bad game. It's just not what I wanted when I buy a Zelda game. Just hoping we can get to the Lost Sculpture here before time runs out. Yeah, there it is. Just have to hit this now before sunrise, because it's only out in the night. Red potion. Does that actually give us a bottle? Yes, it did. We have a bottle. That's also huge to have. The potion itself is kind of meaningless, to be honest. It's just a full heal. I'm actually going to use it right away. But having a bottle is going to open up also a fair bunch of stuff for us. Because that means we can get a ton of Skulltula tokens from carrying around a bottle of bugs. So yeah, I'm starting to feel that we have a fairly lucky seed going on here. I don't want to jinx it because there's still a lot of things that can mess us up. But this feels good. That's the main use of the Song of Storms, by the way, right there. Open up things in the, holes in the ground. These are merchant scrubs. Sells you potions. No, I don't need potions. I'm gonna use our bottle to carry around bugs. Bugs are usually found under on the bushes like these. You can sort of hear them scurry away in that case. Yeah, I think we can actually head over to Gerudo Valley now, as I was thinking earlier. See, if we hit nighttime... No, I don't think there's much at London Ranch as an adult yet. That's childlink stuff. Trying to remember what I can and can't do at this point. The ice arrows are going to be useless for a while, because while we do have ice arrows, we don't have a bow yet. So we have nothing to fire them with. But once we have the ice arrows are sadly the least useful of the magical arrows. But at least we have them. I think there's one or two things we might be able to do with them. Fire arrows would have been huge. Light arrows are needed to beat the game, but honestly not much more than that. And there's a moving there because there's a cow in the cave. Somehow. So here's Gerudo Valley. It's basically one of the last places you go in the normal game, which is why we're here already. And right now there's not a ton we can do, but there is some things we can do. I believe we can hit something. Let's see. In that there's something we can get, but that's not really somewhere we can reach. Basically looking for reachable areas right now. We don't have our horse, so we can't make it. Actually, no, we can make it across the bridge because we can have the long shot. That's the other way to get across here. But not doing that. That was me messing up. Well, I guess that means we're going to Lake Hylia then. Or Hylia. I should have hit higher up. Mistakes, they happen. Welcome to Lake Hylia. But once again, there's not a ton we can do a day, but we can always wait till nighttime. And we don't need a shield right here, so I'm gonna swap weapons again. I'm gonna default to the bigger sword because it's twice as powerful, so less hits. Just waiting now. Yes, let's not go into the Deku tree. There we go. I don't think I can go up on the ladder from here. Nope. I'll need the Scarecrow song for that, which we don't have yet. But we will have it. That's the main thing. See, there is a Skulltula here. Breath of the Wild. I haven't finished it yet, actually, which tells me I didn't like it that much. I didn't like it that much, mainly because it didn't feel like a Zelda game to me. I didn't enjoy the breakable weapons mostly, and how the game, like, the dungeons aren't very different from each other. Everything still sort of feels very similar, in that everything is just you're inside a big machine, or big temple, which has the same tile set kind of thing. So I think that's sort of the main problem I had with it, to be honest. But yeah, it's like it's silly, but a lot of my complaint with it is basically it doesn't feel like Zelda, and it feels a bit too much like a survival game. And like there are better, Like, if you want to sandbox things, I think there are better ways to do it. Small key for the bottom of the well. I think that actually means we're fairly close to be able to finish the bottom of the well. I think there's one more key we need for that. But there's one room there that only has a sculptula, so we can do a fair bit of the bottom of the well now, actually. But yeah, that's... I wasn't a huge fan of Breath of the Wild, sadly. I wanted to be. I mean, I have it. I'm gonna finish it at some point. But it didn't draw me in like a lot of Zelda games usually do. And having sort of, I think especially for like the weapons, having weapons break all the time to me feels like you don't get a progression of more powerful equipment. Because like even if you find a powerful weapon, you're afraid to use it because it's gonna break anyway. So unless you have a steady source of it, you don't want to use anything until you really have to. And even with like the exploration parts of it, I feel like how to put it. A lot of the time, like you could climb to a top of something and there was nothing there, and sometimes there was something there, but there was really not much to tell you where you'd want to go. And a lot of the time also you went somewhere and you just get killed because, and if you go somewhere and you get, especially early game, you go somewhere and you get randomly zapped by a like a guardian or something, like to a more traditional Zelda player that tells you this is too dangerous, I'm not supposed to be here yet, while the game might actually be wanting you to go there, and there's very little signposting in that way. Like, for better or worse. Some people like that. I wasn't a huge fan. And as you say, like, the shrines feel samey. In Ocarina of Time here, you haven't really seen it because we haven't really been to a lot of the temples yet. But the temples all have very different feels to them. Like you have the forest temple, which is sort of a haunted forest kind of thing, and you have the sorry. You have the Spirit Temple, which is sort of desert palace with different kind of traps. The Water Temple is very unique in that it's based around different sort of water levels you're changing, and also again a lot of puzzles. Oh, the Goron tunic looks the same as the normal one. That's interesting. But yeah, so like every temple feels very different from each other. You have stuff like the Yabu Yabu's belly, which is basically as you're inside a large whale. I was gonna say fish, but whales aren't fish. And like even like what you do in each dungeon, because you have a lot of different items, you do things very differently. Silver gauntlets, that is also a big thing. We are having a nice chunk of luck for this, I must say. Just adjusting this a little bit. There we go. We can go and rescue a carpenter here, I think. Um, oh yeah, I should actually put 3 keys because I have the Guru Fortress, where you need to free 4 carpenters to get access to the place fully without being thrown up by the guards. I do have that adjusted, so you only need 1 for convenience more than anything else. So basically, it counts that you already have and have used 3 of the keys. So I'm gonna put 3 keys in there, so we know that when I get a key, we have them all. And I'm gonna try to avoid being seen by the guards. So here's the only guard we're gonna have to save. But we won't have a key to get him out, unfortunately. Unless this lady here gives it to us. Let's see what we got. Ah, we got a key from the fire temple. So it's still a key. It's 1 out of 8 though, so we're not ready for the fire temple by a long shot. Do we have the long shot as well? Still, there is a little bit we... no, I want to wait with doing more here. We'll do more once we have the Scarecrow song. And can get up everywhere. I don't think we can yet. So yeah, we can't free carpenters until we have the lost key. No. We don't need Scarecrow song for this. I'm being stupid. Let's go back in. I'm being way too scared of these. Well, we can finish pretty much everything here. So yeah, this is a little bit of a stealth section in that until you free the guards, if one of those Gerudo bandits see you, you get immediately thrown out. Because Link can't fight them off for some reason. I mean, on the other hand, you do want to make friends with them, so I guess there's a reason not to fight them. But yeah, it's a little bit forced. If we're gonna be honest about it, which we probably should. Ninja stealth. Here's where another of the carpenters would be. But it already counts as having freed him, so... I don't think you can reach that from here, the chest. I think we need to get higher up for that. Yeah. So yeah, stealth sections. All the games like putting those in. And there's a chest. This would normally have a heart container or heart piece in it. Instead we get a skulltula. Not about as bad, to be honest. Now to wait till nighttime, so let's use the fast forward. I guess time doesn't pass here. My mistake. So there was a reason not to go in. Okay, so we're basically... There is one more to get up here, but hopefully it's not important, because we'd have to wait for nighttime to do that. And there we got captured. And of course, even though we're captured, they don't actually take any of our stuff. Which means that we're still armed and we can still just do this to get out. It's all very professional. Now we can wait for night. There we go. Yeah, basically different rooms in Zelda. Some of them, like the area we're just in, time like the day-night cycle doesn't actually pass. And something like this, it does. So it's just one of those things you have to learn or pay attention to see where time passes or not. It's relevant in this case because the sculpture we're going for is only out at night. Most gold sculptures only come out at night, unless they're hidden in some other way, like behind a crate or tree, in which case it's individual basis. But the ones out in the open are always only open out when it's dark. So yeah, I'll need a lot more practice before speedrunning this. I think it's obvious to say. But it's still a fun enough game to play. So, can't complain. But yeah, we're basically way too early to even be here normally. This is the area before the Spirit Temple, which is typically the last temple you do before fighting Ganon. So this is near endgame stuff, and there's the sculpture. And of course, because it's near endgame stuff, this is where we go almost first in this game. Oh, it's just a heart. That was a giant waste of time, basically. And now to get out, we're probably just going to get captured because it's going to be quicker. Or maybe not. Okay, so there's one or two heart pieces we can get in this area normally. So hopefully we should be able to get one or two, one of them at least here. Yeah, just one here up at the waterfall. They cannot. That was worthless. At this point, I actually want to go back to Kid Link for a bit, so I'm gonna reset because it's gonna be the quickest way to get back. Because Child Link now has a sword, and he's also able to get some stuff due to the what's my word? I actually need to change as well. Can also use the bugs to get some more sculptures. Yeah, this is one of the main gimmicks of Ocarina of Time. You switch between Adult Link and Child Link. It's basically Adult Link is 7 years in the future where Ganon is taken over. Child Link is before that happens. We're at 7 sculptures, so let's update our tokens. There we go. We have a sword. It's night time. We can't really do much with that. Yeah, we don't have the egg yet, so that just has to wait. Let's see items here. We're gonna put the bottle up here and collect some bugs when we have a moment. No bugs. No Navi, go away. So, Tails, do you have any streams coming up? See, let's wait for nighttime here. There we go, nighttime, and the skeletons come out. See, there's a sculpture up here. We can't get that because in the boomerang. Ah, Dragon Quest. Cool. Ooh, what drawing tablet do you have? You running with Wacom or? Ah, cool. That's one of the ones without a screen, I believe. Yeah, just sort of a regular one. Sculptula. See, there's Fire Temple and the Sculptula. Yeah, I've got a really old one myself. I think it's a pre-Intuos one. Oh yeah, the Cintiqs do look fantastic. I've got like an old Graphire one, which I believe were the ones from before the Intuos. It's nice. It's just takes a while to get used to not looking at the screen. So not looking where you're drawing. I have been drawing a bit though also on um, just on my regular Android tablet, which is nice. But since I don't have I've got like an Xperia tablet, and they don't have pen pressure. So I've been thinking about once it's time to upgrade, which it's really getting time to anyway once I have money, to get a one of the Samsung ones which have pen pressure. Guru Training Grounds. We can't do a thing with Guru Training Ground keys yet because we need to free the carpenters before we can do that. But it means this area is now as complete as we can get it. But yeah, the Cintiqs, they look really cool. Um, I'm definitely not good enough an artist to warrant the price for that yet. But it's definitely something I've had my eye on. Oh yeah, actually this is yeah. Yeah. Can't do that yet. Nope. Okay. See, where else do we need to go? Yeah, that's. I think Awaken we need a fair bit of Twitch fame. I mean, to be fair, I've got like 10 followers maybe, so I'm a baby streamer. I'm just getting started. I'm not even thinking about uh, associates at this point. Maybe once you have a few thousand followers, yeah, you'll get a fan base who shower you with gifts. Yeah, iPads are actually pretty good for drawing, as are the Samsung ones. They also have pen pressure and I think tilt as well. So I mean, for me, I'm very much Android over iOS. So for me, it's one of the notes. Um, if you're if you're more iPad friendly, the iPad is pretty good for drawing as well. Yeah, I don't think they'll let me touch a Syntec work, John. QA will only break things, as you well know. For me, like for Android iOS, for me the main thing at the moment is really that I have a lot of software on Android already, so I need to switch over for that at all. Yeah, it's one of the drawbacks of working at a place you like. You want to stay there. Yeah, both of us work at Paradox. John, as tech person, and I'm a QA. Ooh, I got a pocket cuckoo. So that basically puts it at the start of the training sequence. Not that one, this one. E4, yeah. But yeah, so John makes things and I tell him how it's broken. Yeah, we kind of like our office, so we don't want to burn it down yet. Give us time. Yeah, of course, John, you never break anything. Fishing minigame, we're gonna go quick for this because fishing is not that exciting in this game. Fortunately, the fishing minigame has been patched in this one to lead a fairly small fish, so once the little bastard bites, it shouldn't be a huge deal to actually finish this up and get the prize. Yep, that's good enough to finish fishing. And we got the 20 rupees we paid back. That was a tiny waste of time. Oh, it's almost nighttime. There's an island out here where I believe we can get a sculpture. But yeah, I work as a QA on publishing side, so I actually work with the external studios that, as John says, will sometimes break things. I sadly that sadly means I don't need to write many reports on stuff that John breaks. Silver scale. Silver scale is really good to get. So our luck is definitely improving at this point. Silver scale allows us to dive deeper than before, which will allow us to travel places we can't otherwise. It also allows us to get another, well, normally a bottle here, but it'll give it's basically an item. We're not sure where it's gonna be. There we go. I guess a sculpture token. But that puts us 19, which is pretty close. So, now to see if we can find ourselves a bug. And not that kind. I think it's a grotto over here, yeah. Here are some bugs. Excellent. That'll open things up for us a bit. I'm probably gonna do this stream. Ooh, the Nocturne Shadow. That's our first teleport song. That is really nice to have. As I said, I'm probably gonna do the stream for another half hour or so, and then wrap up for the day and continue at the same time tomorrow. I think 3 hours is pretty good. Pretty good time for it. So, graveyard. It's gonna be some ghosts out probably. But yeah, this is what we need the bugs for. These patches of ground are usually there so that we can plant magic beans. However, you can also put a bug in here, and that'll summon a gold Skulltula. Which gave us the light arrows. The sacred weapon to kill Ganon. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. Now we need to find some new bugs. There we go. So, there's a chicken up here somewhere, I think. Ah, there's the chicken. Because there is a cave here. Yeah, there we go. Just rupees. You never know. The fun part, of course, is also that we only need a single let's see, we can actually go to the bottom of the well. We can all get like one item there, but let's do that to actually, yeah, let's. So we now play him the song that we would have learned from him in the past. This makes everything spin up. And it will empty the water in the well for some reason. Oh, see, can we get above this? Yep, we can. That's easier. So, this is now empty of water, which means we can go in here and find the secret dungeon, which is horrible and creepy. Welcome back. We're just going into the bottom of the well here. We've found some lucky stuff, as you can see in the tracker. So we'll see how much we can do here. Unfortunately, we don't have any bombs, so there's a lot we can't do in here yet, for that reason. But there should be some visible walls and stuff, at least we can get some chests from. Oh, with a compass for Jab Jab's belly. That's not very useful at all, but there you go. Let's see, is there anything in here? I think you go on the left side to get through this, yep. I find the cockery sword at least. And the heart, of course. Well, I fell in. Redeads. No one likes redeads. That's why no one likes redeads. There we go. Up. There we go. And the chest. With 5 rupees. The dreaded bloopy. Nope, there's one more. Definitely hoping to get some bombs sooner or later, because this is a pain. I think I need to go through there as well to get out of here, so... Nope, that's not going to do it. can I get out of here or am I stuck? Might be stuck. In which case we're gonna just save to get out. Yeah, no, we can't get past here. I'm not actually. I'm gonna go up and see if there's anything up by the door. If there's a silver rupee behind those rocks, then we're stuck. Oh, there was a silver rupee up here. Good. I was just scared for nothing then. Small key for the water temple. That's our first. We can't really drain the water here yet, unfortunately, because we don't have Zelda's Lullaby. So that's gonna block us for a fair bit of this place. But yeah, at least these coffins will give us a key, which is one item. And that, I think, is the last item we can get in here. The key, I believe, is in this one. Yep, there we go. Sculpture, nice. That's actually our 20th, which will give us a prize. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Let's see here. That I can't get. That I might be able to get. Just ignore you and go in here. I think for this one you go around the corner here. Yeah, but I don't have a boomerang, so it doesn't matter. Let's just go out. Nice, heart piece. See, this one we don't get from there because there's a trap. We actually get that from going for the wall, I believe. There we go. There's a single rupee. How cute. There we go. I believe that's all we can do in the bottom of the well for now. So let's leave and ignore the evil spider. No, we can't ignore the evil spider. We just have to murder the evil spider then. See, now you have been saved, I think. Yes. Whoa, we got the bow. That is big. That's quite lucky. That was worth it. The bow will open up a lot of dungeons, especially. It also let us do the archery minigame for another reward. But mostly just lets us hit a crap ton of switches. Last one I did, I got the bow at one of the last places I could, basically, which is in Shadow Temple. So getting bow this early for me is a nice change. But we're not going back to Adult Link quite yet, because I want to figure out some stuff in... now that you got the silver scale, and the bugs, we can actually go and sort out some stuff, especially in Zora's River. Even though we don't have bombs, we can get in through the Ocarina Forest. So we can start planting some beans and get the stuff we need for that. I also spent some rupees because having maxed out rupees isn't going to help anyone. Nighttime. There might be a sculpture or two in here that we can get, actually. Let's have a look around. Let's see. I think, yeah, there was one behind that tree, but we got that as an adult. Here's where my lack of speedrunning strats and expertise starts to shine through, where I don't remember all the fun stuff. See, up there is one, but that's just grown up. No, I think the main thing we need to do is just plant the stuff here. Yeah. So plant some bugs. Ideally, you want to plant them to the side there. That means you can pick one up right away as well and reuse the bugs. The last two will still climb in, which will be enough to get the sculpture out. And you just got a sculpture, so. There's Mido. We don't care about him for now. Let's see for now. We don't really care about Mido ever, to be fair. Up there, yep. I think that was the 21st, wasn't it? Sculpture token. Yes, it was. So here's another thing we can get. Or 22nd Sculptula. Oh, wrong place. Here we go. Here's a bean spot. Most of these places where you plant magic beans are there purely for shortcuts. So for example, this one you don't really need to plant to gain anything. It's just to get to onto the bridge quickly, for example. Training ground key, our third, out of I think 9. So we're gonna dive in here in a moment to go to the Sora River. But before we do that, we're gonna head to the first stage, which is in here. And plant a bean over here. Not a bean, plant a... We're gonna come back here to plant the bean as well though, but first we're just gonna put some bugs in. And we get 5 rupees. So now for a bit of a swim. We can't get through here. I mean, technically you can glitch through the waterfall here by using a chicken. But we don't have to do that for the logic of this randomizer. And getting chicken all the way up here is a bit of pain, so we're just gonna skip that. Basically, the logic is guaranteed so that we don't have to do that in order to get Solace Lullaby or to progress in general. Here we'll get an item as well from the frogs. I can also get some money from them by playing some times for one of the other subquests, but for now I'm gonna leave that be. Shadow Temple key, that's nice. Not really so. Because I'm maxed out on rupees anyway, so I'm gonna need a fair bit of change to buy the magic beans. So I'm gonna save the rupees for when I need that, which is in a moment anyway. But yeah, normally we can't get there because of these rocks, but we ignore that for now and go here and go hello. First one costs 10. Each one after that goes up in price until the 10th one costs 99. So if we can get 1 rupee, we can get the 4th one. So we'll break some rocks to see if we find money. I believe we didn't. Nope. Then I think we play the Song of Storms here. bought, well, only 3, not 4, but let me fix that. These are the business scrubs. They will sell you stuff. They will sell you potions. I don't want potions. So we actually only have 3 beans, not 4. There we go. Yeah, again, for those not familiar, those magic beans can be planted in those soil patches. They will not have grown for 7 years when we get back as an adult Link. At that point, there'll be a sort of magic floating platform. They'll give us a basically that'll make one. This will make one of those frogs grow, and it'll give us 50 rupees. All the non-teleport songs, apart from Song of Storms, can be used to do that. You need to do all 5 of them, and once that's done, they'll let you basically play a mini game for another heart piece. But for me, I did that mainly to get the money, so I can get more beans. Still looking for 1 more rupee somewhere. On the other hand, we don't need more beans right at this moment, so let's go back in once we do. There we go, got a rupee. Problem solved. I'm just gonna go to the 4th stage now and plant one of those beans. Because we need that to get a Skulltula. We come back as adult Link and teleport up to the platform, or float up with the bean platform onto the ledge above us there, and there's a Skulltula up there that you can't reach any other way. Go. We're coming up fairly close to the end of the stream soon, so I'm gonna go and get the bean and do 1 or 2 more things, and I think we're gonna wrap up after that. I hope people have been having fun, even though we haven't really gotten to the juicy dungeon part and everything like that yet. Early game randomizer tends to be a lot of collecting stuff that you can do without having all the useful things. Now having the bow means that next time we start out, we can actually do some more exciting things. I think we might even be able to finish the Forest Temple. Apart from the fact we don't have any keys, so we might not even be able to get in. And we also can't get past Mido, so yeah, we can't do the Forest Temple yet for that reason. But apart from that, like, we have the bow, which is the main thing. It's one of the items you get from the Forest Temple, or the main item you get from the Forest Temple, and what you need to finish it up. Yeah, we'll pick up 2 more beans here. There we go. And then we're gonna leave this area. Go pick up a couple of things from Gerudo Valley, I believe. With the bow, we should also be able to finish Dongo's Cavern now as an adult, I think. Actually, no, we need bombs as well for that. Obviously, because the Dongo's Cavern is where you normally find the bombs. And as such, they want to make sure that you also need to use a bomb or two. But yeah, for Child Link, the main useful stuff we're missing until we're able to actually do most things. We're missing the slingshot, we're missing the boomerang, and we're missing the bombs. And then going up Link, we're also missing the the bombs frame as well. But apart from that, it's just the boots. Yeah, can't get over there. We need to actually get to the river some other way. Like climbing up the ladder here. Yeah, here's another beam patch. Want to get most of those out of the way because they're easy enough to do. There's one beam patch we can't reach until we have the Blade of Fire though. That's gonna be the trickier one. Ooh, 50 rupees. That was a nice little refund. We can actually get to Zora's Domain as well now. And we can actually get 2 items there. So let's do that as our final thing. And then wrap up. So what we do there is we need to actually have a little bit of a diving thing going on. And this is where you basically need a silver scale. And the silver scale you usually got from Zora's Domain, so we're actually heading in the back door here. There we go. Normally to get the silver scale, you would head up here and do the diving gear. Which is actually what we're gonna do now. Normally this is what gives us the silver scale, which then allows us to dive in and find that bottle, which then opens up the area to Jabjaro's belly, which we can't do yet. So that's the drawback of that bottle didn't give the bottle with the letter in. This is super easy to pass. Just fish after these 5 rupees here on the bottom, and then we have to go up and meet him again. And in here is where we're gonna get the other item from the sword domain we can get so far. for that we're gonna need a... Oh, we actually don't have any bugs at the moment either, because I missed picking one up. So let's put the bottle on the side as well, in case I find any bugs I can remember to pick one up. So here's our diving price, which would normally be the silver scale. Now we got the sculpture token instead. And no, we don't want to play again, because playing that now will only give us 5 rupees basically, because it costs 20 and you get 25. Now we start with the lit torch here, and we carry the fire with us. Fire, 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 fire. The way the sticks work when they're on fire is that if it takes too long, if they burn too long, the stick will burn away and go away. As you see there. However, that timer is reset every time the torch touches, like lighting a torch. So if I just reach this one, I'll tap this torch basically, and there the timer is reset, so you can actually keep going. And here the main thing is go where the water is shallow, so that you can actually, because swimming with a lit torch is not useful. This would normally be a heart piece, but instead this is going to be another sculpture. Nothing too exciting, unfortunately. And well, it's 6 o'clock now, so I've been streaming for about 3 hours. I think this is a pretty good place to wrap up. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. It's been fun actually having some people in the streaming chat to interact with, and I'm gonna try to stream again tomorrow, same time. So maybe we'll stop by then as well, if this was fun enough. It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much for coming by. Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll save here so we can continue tomorrow. There we go. Game saved, and well, goodbye for now.